to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. This is our free broadcast. It should be about maybe, 15 minutes or so. Give you a little bit of an overview of what we're seeing in the market. We actually had Panic Cook Tuesday, Sjord on the call yesterday, and he did mention that he is diligently working away trying to get the dashboard back up and running and operating full capacity. And he's working like a dog on it. So unfortunately, can't push the chain in this world, so we just have to wait. Actually, one thing I did see that he did, just an FYI, if you happen to be a site member, he got the crypto FA portfolio back up and running. Yay, added it back to the page and the site. And he even has included now links to the various different projects for site members if they want to research a little bit more. And then yesterday, which was super cool, I sort of quizzed him, if you will, on a particular name and asked him to talk a little bit about it. He did LTO yesterday, a great piece that we're going to actually, I asked him specifically where the best place to put it. And he said he's thinking he'll put the link to the video that Chris produced. And Chris did a freaking awesome job on editing the video up. Is going to put it in here. So keep an eye out for this. The plan hopefully is over the next month or so. These are our TRI's core investment ideas, basically leaning on Sjord's expertise in the crypto arena and the tech space, and I have 100% confidence in his analysis and ideas. And if anything, this should be like incredible value-added service for site members. So keep an eye open for that. Then the second thing that I'll mention, a little bit more admin. This little old lady portfolio and the way that we sort of initially set it up, Sjord doesn't have enough time to sort of keep an eye on me, but I did have Julian reach out and say, you know what, Brian, you need a man to come in here and help you get your act together, which is fine. It's fine by me. Anyway, he is starting to work away on building out the data and trying to make it look a little bit better. So thank you very much, Julian, for stepping up and saying enough is enough. The boss needs to step in here and take over. So we should get this to the point where it's nice and slick and beautiful. And what I've been doing, and hopefully we can do this, is like once a week, twice a week kind of idea. I just quickly run through as many of these names as possible. Of course, I like trade off of TradingView. So I have my list of all my names. And of course, these things, this is the time of year for this stuff to happen. So really, it shouldn't surprise anyone. Buy when it snows, sell when it goes, how that goes. Anyway, here's another one that we participated in, bought off the bottom, and should be trying to take some profits there. We also had another one pop up into another double level this morning, but at the same time too, you can see there's a little bit of red on this screen here today, and I'm just wondering whether this is a sign of the times here. Little bit dangerous what I see going on in the marketplace, folks. So I suppose we'll talk about that a little bit here as well. But you can see our last sell half on a double here was at 18. So at 36, 37, we should probably try and get some off here as well. So great to see. Now, keep in mind, these are all like DeFi and, we're not dealing with centralized exchanges. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt to actually transact these. I'm having just a ton of fun over there on this Solana network, just having a great old time. The community gifted me like $500 worth of this thing. And then also they've been throwing NFTs and stuff at me as they come along. So the account is moving up beautifully. I mean, God, if you could say at the end of the year, Yeah, I've only got what 250% return on my money. I think I'm doing all right. I mean, this is where what we do at TRI it gets almost embarrassing, right? Because people in the stock market right now, they're all impressed with themselves because the S&P is up like 15%. It's like, do you not know what we do? I mean, this is only over the period of what, like 3 months. If you know how to play the game and you come in and play the game at the right time, the numbers are just staggering. So, not a big surprise. Actually, I did some buying here today. I bought a little bit of this W on the guac here today. So we'll see how that goes. And actually, I should even post this on the site just to remind myself I've got to do a write up. This is the kind of thing where I need Julian, and thank heavens he's stepped up and said, "All right, Brian, enough is enough. I'll help you manage all this crap. I mean, I can trade, I can buy, I can sell. I love levels. I know how to manage myself, but when it comes to administration, God, I'm terrible at this stuff." But anyway, that's here nor there. That's not the point. The point that I'm trying to point out to you guys here is, Jesus, we've just been banging out some insane wins here recently. This little BROS, which I think can actually go a lot higher. You can see overnight it was cranking. Of course, we've had a little bit of a punch in the nose here in crypto today. So not a big surprise. Things are coming off here. But actually, I had my next sell order on this thing working up at 3,000. I was wondering whether I was going to get a fill there overnight. Things are getting a little bit overbought here, but there's a great example. And this one I love because this was an example of coming in, buying against the bottom of the range, sell half on a double, then market works its way right back down, kind of like with that guac I just showed you, where we're just rebuying old positions. So I went and added a car, sold half on a double. So basically, I have two free cars now. Then the damn thing doubles again. So you go out and sell another half on a double. So this is absolutely textbook, exactly what I'm trying to teach you guys. And it just goes to show we're just, the cycles, they're just every 4 years you just go through exactly the same thing. The key to all of this, though, is you got to make damn sure to not come in and look how high the tops is on this thing. This thing, I mean, maybe I'm at the point now where I just don't even bother selling anymore. Look how high the highs are on this crazy ass thing. But you just have to force yourself not to come in and buy the tops of markets like this. You have to force yourself to come in and buy the bottoms. So, anyway, it's just business as usual. But it is kind of funny. And actually, we got off another really this shadow. I've been barking about this thing for a while because it actually set up a bullish bot for me. And fortunately, I was able to get long from the bot entry level. And that was this level right here. Notice the bot level is exactly where I bought. So kind of a phew on that one, but you can see, boom, we hit the bot target, and that just so happened to be my double level. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, making money from trading. So I mean, it's a great market to be participating in. The only problem is that we're at, when you see this kind of stuff and Beamish is banging out doubles. Got another one on this funny bozo yesterday, which is hilarious because other people on the site were getting fills, and I was like, "Where's my fill? Why didn't I get a fill here?" But I finally got my double off there, so I was all nice and happy about that. But I hope you can appreciate that when we're in the phase of banging out doubles, this is not the time to go in and start buying this stuff. If anything, you got to be selling, and you got to be selling into this euphoric rallies and all that. So I hope you can put the current market into context. And I'm just worried that, the market gets all sort of full of, hopium and, we're all going to get rich and stuff like that. And then Big Brother comes along and just poops on our faces. And I got a feeling they did the exact same thing here this morning. Starting out first thing this morning, this market was just, you can see how high the high was here. We were cranking up, and you could feel the rhetoric in the space. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're all gonna get rich, we're all gonna get rich," and then somebody came along and just pooped on the market here. I don't know whether this scenario plays out what I'd sort of said what ought to happen if we replicate 1415. But what's really freaky about this study is watch what happens when I just sort of adjust for the levels. You see it where the sell-off low is, and I'll move that over. And look how close this is actually playing out. You know, they always say, you know, history doesn't repeat itself. It often rhymes, so it's not going to look exactly the same. But look how close this is. Down, up, and then do we just waffle, 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 and then we finally have our final puke out on the other side of the happening? I'm leaning towards that camp, but you've heard me countlessly over the past month or two talking to you guys about how it felt like we were in some sort of top here. And what's really a bummer about all of this is if you actually look at the trading range where they came in and stopped the bull. I mean, this is everything that I teach in the damn education program. Brian's favorite fib. If you had shorted that level this morning, you look like a genius. What was really interesting was on TRI, man, I heard tons of people. Everybody was talking about bullish bots and bullish setups. And I noticed there was a bullish setup that came in and it got stopped out. And had you taken it, I think that's what this screen is. Yeah. Had you taken it, this is a really good example of a bot failing. And it kind of sucks how we didn't even get to move stop to scratch level. You got stopped out for a full loss here had you taken this setup. So, you know, quite often I talk to you people about, you know, oh, look how awesome this setup is and look how awesome it worked and stuff. And I remember years ago, I used to work with a guy who said, you know, I don't really give a shit about your winning trades. What I want to see is what does a losing trade look like and how do you behave if your trade is a loss? And I think here is a really good example where the market tried to set up a bullish breakout through this 25 level. I mean, you can see the W and it failed. It's just simple as that. It's a bad anecdote of the market state. You know, like I'd said to you, we're in this window here where, oh boy, I think a lot of hearts are going to get broken up top here. So it doesn't really surprise me that this bullish setup actually failed. And I think it's an anecdote of, you know, this eclipse window here that we're in. We're going to see some really, really screwy action. And, you know, like literally since the last eclipse, we really haven't had any back and forth and any kind of like, oh, well, bullish setup's coming in. Oh, bullish setup failed. Have to take the loss, hop off on the sidelines. Haven't seen any of that. And now we are starting to get it. And it's a little bit dangerous out there, folks. Play good defense here. Don't be too aggressive. Noticed also two things like the total. You know, you might make an argument that in a weird sort of way, actually, this is our harmonic pattern, right? So, boo. Where's Steven? I'm surprised he wasn't talking about this. So, notice, look at the failure here. I mean, Jesus, this is almost like a textbook Gartley. Where's the low here? There's the low there. Look at that dead cat bounce. So Gartley is to 61.8. And look at that. Holy crap on a stick. 58.8. You know, 61.8, 58.8. I think Steven, he likes to give the harmonics like I don't know, 2 or 3% sort of window margin of error. But I'll tell you, and the fact that this peak, if this is Gartley, it should have topped out at 78.6, coming in at 81.3. Jeez. So if you can see, there is a 3-bar fractal pattern that's trying to fire here. And ironically enough, in our education program, which we do for the level 3ers, I don't really like people trading harmonics until we get to the level 3 program, because it has you taking trades at very odd places, and noobs, it's a little bit stressful. But anyway, the point of the matter here is this looks exactly like the harmonic pattern that's in our level 3 that was like a Bitcoin top from like 2000 and Jesus. That was the Tim Draper. He won the Bitcoin auctions. I think that was like the summer of 2016. Might have been 2015. Anyway, point of the matter here is if this 3-bar fractal fails, that becomes a wicked sell signal because we already have location, right? Where's location? Check mark. We already had all the indicators all in divergence, right? Look at these nasty RSI studies. MACD in divergence. I don't know whether MACD was in divergence. I guess it was to a certain degree here. So, the fact that we're getting a harmonic forming up here, and then we get a 3-bar fractal forming here. Uh-oh, be careful, folks. Please, please be careful. There's 15 minutes, so Merry Christmas. Um, I mean, what's interesting about the broader market is I don't think I'm really going to talk too much econs with you guys today, but I did see basically the same thing happening in the broader stock market as well. In that yesterday, where is our, I guess the NASDAQ was up here, right? Yesterday, things were just humming along in the stock market, just doing its job. And then all of a sudden, the most incredible fail came in here. Beautiful, like absolutely textbook double top breakdown on momentum divergence at trade location. And of course, this is one of Mr. ICT's setups, fair value gaps. We hit that 61.8, which is right in there. I had to take a little bit of heat on this, but notice we never did break the M top. And then the market just absolutely. So what my basic plan is on 2-to-1 risk reward, you take half of the trade off, so then that way you make a little bit of money, and you got your runner on. And I just left this runner on, and I actually ended up closing it out this morning. So, but the point here is, remember we've got this eclipse window, right? There is change blowing in the wind, folks. I bark about Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's just another asset in the marketplace. I mean, there's a huge fundamental driver coming up here, but this eclipse window, I see the same thing happen right across the stock market. Like darlings that were absolutely bulletproof. Can you see the 3-bar fractal pattern that is fired now on Nvidia? This is supposed to be the market darling. This thing's bulletproof. That's a sell signal, my friends. And you can see Nvidia's coming off in a hurry here. Intel, of course, kind of the dog of the semiconductor industry. He actually broke down like a month or so ago. But interesting to see Nvidia and a lot of the darlings of the market, they're not looking too good here. So, like things like Netflix, right? Netflix has been going straight up here recently. Well, hello. That, my friends, is a double top breakdown. Yeah, what are we supposed to think if we ever see the market smiling at us? Looks like that might have made just a little bit of a new high. So we may even get a nice little counter trend rally, hopefully give us a half decent short entry there. But the writing's on the walls, and we're starting to get some serious actual selling coming into the market here. Here's Meta, same sort of thing. 3-bar fractal actually 3 days ago, and he's just grinding his way lower. Does this huge M top come in here? Again, with this eclipse, it's not necessarily that I want you to even take a trade or consider here, but what I really want you to do, and this is such a hard learning thing for a lot of people to do in the market, is just listen to the message of the market. I think the market is actually trying to talk to us. Good old Mr. Softy has actually left an island top up there, and he's breaking the new lows. Why is the NASDAQ and the stock market coming off here? Well, if Mr. Softy's coming off, that unfortunately is not going to help the situation. When we look at the major indexes, these are the ETFs. You can see all the M's trying to form up top here, up, down, up, S&P 500, up, down, up, So I don't think that the fireworks really get going in earnest until we're on the other side of that solar eclipse. So I don't think it happens right away. But I definitely think that, the fact that the market darlings here, and also, too, this is another one of what's-his-face's favorite stocks. The fact that these guys are not really very happy today, I think that's a tell that we should be listening to the market message. Just be careful out there with your hard-earned money, people. This is a dangerous, dangerous market state. And actually, interestingly enough, I am thinking about if I actually want to reshort. I really like this level here, 18,498, probably 18,500 here on the NASDAQ. I'm probably going to be watching that really closely. But we're getting awfully late in the session here, so it's probably not going to happen today. Also, too, there's a couple other things that are going on. I mean, obviously, we're pressed for time here, so we can't get into it too much. But just try and put into context where we are and what's going to happen in the world here over the next little while. So first off, the end of March. This is the end of the quarter. So we're probably going to see a bunch of position squaring heading into the end of the quarter, or what they call window dressing. As well, too, Friday is actually a holiday. So we're going to have some really screwy price action. I actually think, like, with regard to 3-day settlement, I think the major reason why you saw the stock market sell off yesterday was because it's T plus 3. So the trade day plus 1, 1, 2, 3. So trade day, 1, 2, 3. To actually settle your transaction before the quarter end, you actually had to do your selling yesterday. So I actually think today and tomorrow are going to be kind of fluff days. I mean, you can see the market's kind of just floundering here. And I think half the reason why you saw the stock market, like the NASDAQ, just absolutely puke out there yesterday was because we had the quarter end position squaring coming up. I'd also say, too, and crypto kids, you better be cognizant of this. Whenever we have these holiday weekends, especially around Easter, this can get really nasty in here. Caveat emptor. That's all I'm going to say. Friday's a holiday, so the futures and stock market are going to be closed. Futures should be really, really thin. And then Monday is one of these weird sort of semi-holidays for like very religious countries. They still will be on holiday, I guess Christian religion people. But for the regular stock market, it should be open. But you might even find that like there's certain, well, anyway, the point here is this is going to be a weird holiday weekend. You often see some really weird stuff happen in the marketplace. So be forewarned. These next 4 or 5 days in the marketplace are going to be really, really screwy. So just be prepared. I think I'm going to leave the free broadcast at that. Looks like the market's catching a bit of a bid, so I guess that's cool. And if anything, hopefully crypto kind of firms up here a little bit. We can get some more doubles off here in altcoin land. This bozo was a fun one. Anyway, I mean, I'll go into that in the after party. We'll take a look at those lists. And as I said, actually, I'm quite pleased that the team has really got its arms wrapped around getting the site's data a little bit crisper and cleaner. The only thing that I'm going to leave off is the marketing department has put together a really nice email that I think they've sent out to all sort of school alum and site veterans, just asking if you're interested, if you could maybe go and give us a review on Trustpilot. Do you trust Brian? Do you trust TRI? I think that we're one of the only places on the internet that actually doesn't like shill any particular product for you to buy. I mean, really, I don't really care what you buy or sell. I just want to teach you how to run a small business of trading. We did have a couple responses already that were absolutely awesome. So thank you to the people who have. But if you are a TRI alum, if you are a TRI school member, and you did see that email, we'd really love if you could maybe throw us a review on Trustpilot. All right. I think I'll leave the free broadcast at that for today. Tomorrow, of course, you've got a big whack of the Julian. I'll be back on Friday. It is a holiday, but we'll talk probably mostly crypto through that. And then, of course, we'll see everybody Sunday for broiler chickens. All right. Have yourselves a great day. All the best. And if you are a site member, we'll spend the next hour or so going through all the various altcoins that I'm in on the site that you see on the portfolio, what my position is, if I want to reload, where I want to reload. I can't remember where we left off, but we got plenty of names to talk about. So let's end this free broadcast and get on over to the after party and start naming names. All right. Have yourselves a great day. All the best. And bye for now.